Welcome to the Life in Focus podcast. It's brought to you through Rogers Research Global with your host, clinical psychologist, Dr. Marie Rogers.
Hello and welcome to today's episode. This is Your Life in Focus, where we talk about all things neuroscience, mental health, executive functioning, psychoneuroimmunology, otherwise known as the mind-body connection, and the role stress plays in that, mindfulness, and basically how to live your best, most successful, most energized, and healthiest life. Today I am going to talk about visualization and how it is connected to the manifestation process, two topics that remain popular and relevant. Today's podcast will be based on my Rogers Research Global's blog titled The Power of Mental Visualization for Peak Performance. See it, believe it, manifest it. You will find it at rogersresearchglobal.com. I believe you're going to love today's topic, and if you don't already have a vision board, then I invite you to start one, especially since we are still very early on in 2025. And by the end of this episode, you will learn why. And if you're not already engaged in a daily manifestation practice, then I really invite you to check out my powerful manifestation, bringing your vision to life through intention setting, gratitude, and self-reflection journal. It is a 1-year daily journaling practice that can be done without first doing the Life in Focus, a self-discovery journal for powerful transformation. I encourage you to do the Life in Focus journal. It's a 12-week program in which you connect with goals, daily gratitude, and a weekly self-reflection prompt, but you don't have to. You can go straight into powerful manifestation. The feedback I consistently got was that many wanted to continue doing the gratitude, intention setting, and self-reflection prompts from the Life in Focus journal. So, to respond to the request, I decided the next journal should be about manifestation. This journal is themed around 6 principles. They are intention setting, belief in oneself, visualization, which we will be getting into shortly, especially the neuroscience that may help explain why this process is so powerful, inspiration and action, appreciation and gratitude, and finally, letting go and releasing yourself from the outcome. You will find Powerful Manifestation, as well as my other published journals and notebooks on Amazon and other online booksellers. In today's podcast, I will discuss visualization, or the practice of mental imagery that successful athletes, performers, entrepreneurs, as well as other professionals routinely engage in, how the cranial nerves are involved, so some neuroscience, the steps to a powerful visualization, the power of the vision board, and how visualization transforms into manifestation. Let's begin and get into this life-changing strategy. Many are familiar with the concept of visualizing success, as the term has been part of the common vernacular of professional athletes, entertainers, and entrepreneurs for decades. Performance at the highest level involves setting one's sights on the desired outcome. It is universally accepted that to rise to the top of one's field, one requires practice, rehearsal, more practice, and even more practice. Repetition is required to become an expert in any field. However, does one actually have to do the action? Meaning, does the tennis player always have to physically be on the court delivering the perfect serve? Does the singer physically have to be on the stage rehearsing over and over for the upcoming musical? Does the surgeon have to physically be working on perfecting the upcoming complicated procedure? Is there a way to not always have to be physically there or do the act, but yet help to enhance these skills? Is there a way to not always have to physically be there or do the act, but yet help to enhance these skills? The answer is yes, but I say it with caution. Visualization is not a substitute for real experience, but it is a time-saving strategy that can be profoundly effective and help support real experience. Here's what neuroscience has to say. Originating from our brain are a set of 12 cranial nerves, each serving a different function for sense and or movement. Of the 12, 6 cranial nerves, so half of them, 6 cranial nerves innervate motor, sensory, and autonomic structures in the eyes. So, when half of the cranial nerves dedicate themselves either partially or entirely to vision, we simply cannot ignore the power of the visual system. What we see in our mind's eye is truly powerful. The process of picturing or imagining things increases the potential for manifestation, mainly through the application of focus. Through focus, we obtain clarity. The generation of ideas without the keen ability to organize them will eventually become a distraction to future pursuits. We can think a lot of thoughts, but what are we actually doing with all of these thoughts? It would be like having all these documents on your computer's desktop, not placed in organized folders, just basically sitting there cluttering up your screen. The mess this creates will make it harder for you and your computer to quickly find important files. The visualization process allows for a counterbalancing of all of these generated thoughts by applying specificity and honing in on the ones of most importance and interest to you. It becomes a selection and organization process. As you focus on your targeted goal or goals, the other thoughts will naturally move to the background and away from your attention. This process improves focus. Key components involve imagery and mental rehearsal, as well as powerful self-talk. The language you use to narrate the imagery or visualization matters. Invoking as many senses as possible will strengthen this practice. Let's use public speaking as an example. Let's say you are about to get in front of an audience and deliver an important speech. Here's where visualization comes in. You're going to create the scene in your mind. See yourself walking confidently toward the podium. Feel your body feeling powerful and relaxed. Hear the praise from the audience. Mental imagery affects many cognitive processes such as motor control, perception, attention, memory, and planning. Also, focus is enhanced with repeat visualizations. Create clearest vision possible. If the picture is fuzzy, apply more focus. Repeat the process as needed. Now, we will discuss the steps to a powerful visualization. The time dedicated to your visualization practice is of your own choosing, whether 5 minutes, 15, 45 minutes, that's up to you. The benefits accrue with each practice regardless of the amount of time spent. Repeat and enhance as often as needed. The more you see it, the clearer it becomes. Find a quiet and comfortable place where you will not be disturbed. Here we go. Focus your attention on the goal. What is the desired outcome? What do you want to have happen? How do you want this to go? How do you want this to feel for you? Breathe naturally, progressively bringing yourself to a state of calm. The calmer, the better. The calmer, the more receptive you will be to this process. Begin to piece together, image by image, the details. From the very beginning to the very end, leading to the desired outcome or success. Insert positive emotions and self-talk in the dialogue of this mental rehearsal. This is not the time for self-doubt or negativity. And finally, see the final successful outcome. Sit with this for a minute or so. Repeat as needed. Now, let's discuss the creation of the vision board. A vision board is a conglomeration of images that features your goals and/or items on your bucket list. There's no limit to what you can post on your board, and the only criterion is that it has to be something you truly want. If you don't desire it and it doesn't matter, don't include it. The vision board relates to your life's direction. We are shaped by the way we think and the things we see. Reserve 5 minutes each morning and visit and view your board. Change it, add to it, delete from it as needed. This is your vision board. The magic of the vision board is you will start to notice your life imperceptibly at first. Move in the direction of the actualization of your goals. You will then be in the manifestation zone. You will be powerfully transforming visualization into manifestation. The key premise to manifestation is that you are now inviting and attracting versus forcing and chasing. Where do you see yourself in 6 months? 1 year? 5 years? 10 years? Are you living in alignment with purpose, meaning, success, and your personal bucket list? The significance of manifestation is that it brings your vision to life. Visualization is one key aspect toward manifestation and is in and of itself potent, but when linked with other success-oriented behaviors, its synergy becomes exponentially powerful. And as you move forward, creating the life you dream of, be mindful of the following. Life is so subtle sometimes that we barely notice ourselves walking through the doors we once prayed would open. I am reminded of a quote by Ralph Waldo Emerson. Sow a thought and you reap an action. Sow an act and you reap a habit. Sow a habit and you reap a character. Sow a character and you reap a destiny. Setting a daily intention, believing in yourself, taking inspired and forward-moving action, tapping into appreciation and gratitude, and finally, letting go of the outcome will place you directly on the path to connecting with your highest calling. This not only benefits you, but it also helps those with whom you interact. Your best self is your influential power, and this is the best power and energy that you can take out there as you go and engage in your world.
The information presented is intended for general knowledge and is not a substitute for medical advice or treatment. As with most things in life, there isn't a magic pill or cure-all, but there are strategies to help regain control of your life. Dr. Rogers' Life in Focus, a self-discovery journal for powerful transformation, is currently available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and BookBaby.com.